Hello my dear friends. Welcome to my channel Historical Treasures. Today we will talk about Mount Rushmore, which is a monumental sculpture, who has a great impact on the land and plays a significant role in American culture. Mount Rushmore is located in the Black Hills region of South Dakota, USA. Specifically, it is near the town of Keystone, in Pennington County. The idea for Mount Rushmore was proposed by Don Robinson in 1923, with the goal of attracting tourists to the Black Hills. Originally, Robinson wanted to carve the likenesses of famous Western figures, but sculptor Gutzon Borglum suggested U.S. presidents instead, believing they would have broader national appeal. The project began in 1927 and continued for 14 years, until 1941. Gutzon Borglum, along with 400 workers, carved the colossal 60-foot faces of 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Unfortunately, Borglum passed away in March 1941, and the project was completed by his son, Lincoln Borglum. Although originally planned to include more detailed bodies, the project was left incomplete due to a lack of funds and the onset of World War II. The monument was declared complete and was dedicated on October 31, 1941. The 4 presidents were chosen to represent the nation's birth: Washington, growth Jefferson, development Roosevelt, and preservation Lincoln. Mount Rushmore, located in the Black Hills of South Dakota, is one of the most iconic monuments in the United States. The massive sculpture features the 60-foot heads of 4 U.S. presidents: George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, Theodore Roosevelt, and Abraham Lincoln. Here's a detailed look at its construction. The idea for Mount Rushmore was initially proposed in the early 1920s by South Dakota historian Don Robinson, who wanted to promote tourism in the region. The original idea was to carve famous Western figures like Lewis and Clark or Native American leaders, but sculptor Gutzon Borglum proposed a more national focus by featuring U.S. presidents. Gutzon Borglum, an accomplished sculptor, was selected to design and lead the project. Borglum was known for his work on the Confederate Memorial on Stone Mountain in Georgia, although he left that project before completion. The Black Hills, specifically Mount Rushmore, was chosen for its solid granite composition, making it an ideal medium for large-scale sculpture. The site was named after New York lawyer Charles E. Rushmore. Work began on October 4, 1927. The project was planned to take 5 years but extended to 14 years due to various challenges, including funding issues and Borglum's perfectionism. Around 90% of the carving was done using dynamite to remove large sections of rock. This was followed by more precise work with drills and chisels. Workers drilled into the rock face, following a grid layout to achieve the precise contours of the presidents' faces. A model-to-mountain scaling technique was used, where a 1/12 scale model was created, and measurements were transferred to the mountain using a pointing machine. Over 400 workers were employed, including miners, sculptors, and common laborers. Despite the hazardous conditions, no fatalities occurred during the construction. The granite at Mount Rushmore was harder in some areas and more prone to fracturing, which required constant adjustments to the original plans. The workers contended with harsh weather, including high winds, rain, and the cold conditions of the Black Hills. Originally, the design included the presidents down to their waists, but due to time constraints and funding shortfalls, only the heads were completed. The figure of Thomas Jefferson was initially started to George Washington's right but was later moved to the left due to poor rock quality. Each of the presidents' faces was unveiled and dedicated as it was completed. George Washington in 1930, Thomas Jefferson in 1936, Abraham Lincoln in 1937, Theodore Roosevelt in 1939. The monument was declared complete on October 31, 1941, after the death of Gutzon Borglum in March 1941. His son, Lincoln Borglum, oversaw the final works. Mount Rushmore has become a symbol of American heritage and pride. It's visited by millions each year and remains a subject of both admiration and controversy, particularly regarding its location on land sacred to the Dakota Sioux. Mount Rushmore has been featured in numerous films, books, and discussions about American history and identity. Despite its challenges, the monument stands as a testament to American ingenuity and the complex history of the nation. Each president's head is about 60 feet tall. The entire monument covers an area of 1,278 acres and stands 5,725 feet above sea level. Most of the carving was done with dynamite. Approximately 90% of the mountain was removed using explosives, and the fine details were finished by hand. Gutzon Borglum envisioned a grand hall of records behind the monument to house America's most important documents and artifacts. Although it was never fully completed, a small chamber was built behind Lincoln's head, where important historical documents are sealed in a titanium vault. Mount Rushmore attracts over 2 million visitors annually, making it one of the most popular tourist destinations in the United States. The monument has sparked controversy, particularly among Native American groups. The Black Hills are considered sacred by the Dakota Sioux, and the carving of Mount Rushmore on this land has been viewed as a desecration. Mount Rushmore stands as a powerful symbol of American history and identity, but it also serves as a reminder of the complex and often contentious narratives that shape national memory. Like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel Historical Treasures and stay connected for more informative videos.